Hello everyone and welcome to the Week 21 edition of Instant Replay, where I give you my take on the most controversial calls of the weekend. I'm Simon Borg. We start at Toyota Park and the penalty kick awarded to the Chicago Fire. It's the 36th minute and Tyson Wall clearly commits a handball in the box on the cross by Grant Ward. Wall knows it and referee Silvio Petrescu has to call it. Next to Red Bull Arena, and we have plenty to chew on here, and it starts early in the second minute. Revolution forward Charlie Davies goes down in the box, and he gets a yellow card for diving from referee Alan Chapman. And let's be honest, on the first glance, it looks like a swan dive. Perfect form by Davies, and he's been punished in the past for diving when he played for DC. But when you watch the replay, you see how defender Ibrahim Sekagya kicks him pretty clearly. That should have been a penalty kick for me. The Revs were again calling for a penalty in the 33rd for this shoulder charge in the box by Chris Duvall on Kellen Rowe. Look, they're shoulder to shoulder, and then there's that. Is it a foul? I think so. Duvall is not playing the ball, but just a second before, Rowe fouls Sekagya with a push. So make that 2 fouls in the box that should have been called, according to me. In the end, it's a wash. And then the big play in first half stoppage time that left the Red Bulls with 10 men. Defender Matt Miazga is late with this challenge on Lee Win, and the diminutive Revolution midfielder goes flying. Referee Alan Chapman judges it to be serious foul play and issues the straight red card, but I don't think there's brutal or excessive force. I think Miazga is actually trying to pull out of the play, and it looks worse than it really is. Reckless and clumsy, yes, so I would have gone with a yellow card, which is the call that referee Chris Penso made at StubHub Center in the Chivas-Dallas match from Sunday. This time it's Dallas defender Matt Hedges clattering into Marvin Chavez. Late and reckless. This one correctly sanctioned with a yellow card in my opinion. In the same game, Chivas USA were hoping for a penalty kick in the 72nd minute, but this cross by Eric El Cubo Torres strikes Victor Ulloa's arm, which is tucked in. No call is the right call. To the other Sunday match between the Houston Dynamo and DC United, which was decided on a stoppage time goal from Will Bruin. Well, the match could have taken a decidedly different turn after what happened in the 43rd minute. Luis Silva's going for the scissors kick in the box, and defender David Horst lunges in with his studs up, leaving Silva writhing in pain. To me, that's serious foul play that endangers the safety of his opponent. No shin guard gonna protect against that. Red card would have been the right call for me, but for referee Edvin Jurasevich, it's a simple goal kick. In the second half, DC were again appealing to Jurasevich for a penalty. They felt this was a handball by Dynamo defender Jermaine Taylor, but come on, that's ball to hand. Yes, Taylor's arm was slightly extended in front of him, but it was part of his natural motion. Purely incidental, I agree with Jurasevich, no penalty. But a PK should have been awarded on the other end in my opinion, just seconds later, when Lewis Neal kicks DeMarcus Beasley in the head in an attempt to win the ball. But Jurasevich doesn't call it and instead awards a corner kick. But if we freeze frame right here, you see Neal kicks Beasley before the ball even arrives. That should have been a Dynamo penalty for me. To Colorado, where I thought the Rapids should have also had a penalty kick and a chance to equalize in the 83rd minute. Deshaun Brown is making his way in the box, and with the ball long gone, Nat Borges clips him. Referee Baldomero Toledo doesn't call it. The other RSL Central defender did get in trouble in this Rocky Mountain Cup clash, with RSL comfortably managing a 1-0 lead. Defender Aaron Mon was sent off for denial of an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. You see how Vicente Sanchez is quick to the ball, and Mond, who's trailing the play, clips Sanchez's right leg here. Baldomero Toledo has little choice. Moving on to the first game at New Levi's Stadium. It's the 39th minute between the Quakes and Sounders, and you see Brad Evans lunging in with his studs high up. He comes away with the ball, but he also nicks Jean-Baptiste Pierazzi in the calf. Now, I realize the tackle didn't wind up doing major damage, but I feel you can't play the result in these instances. To me, that's a tackle that endangers the safety of his opponent, and I think that challenge is worthy of a red card, no matter the end result. Referee Ismael Elfa simply whistles for the foul. And I've got another red card worthy play for you. It's the 50th minute in the Kansas City-Philadelphia match, and Danny Cruz is called for the foul on Igor Juliao. But forget the initial foul for a moment, and check out where Cruz digs his foot in the follow-through. Hard to catch for the referee, but I think it warranted a red. The Union were bailed out by forward Brian Brown in this one. He had his breakout moment in the 1-1 tie at Sporting Park. The Jamaican came off the bench and scored the equalizer less than a minute later, but he was also involved in 2 suspicious challenges in the Sporting box. First, in the 76th minute, he was up against Aurelien Colin, who looks like he clips Brown when he swings at the ball and misses. Then in the 85th minute, Brown goes down after contact with Juliao, but I think that was clean by the Brazilian right back. Two more penalty kick appeals in the Montreal-Toronto derby match at Saputo Stadium. First, for the visitors, you see forward Luke Moores getting ready to pounce on this cross coming his way when Matteo Ferrari knocks him off the ball and pushes him from behind. I felt that was a penalty, but referee Armando Villarreal didn't. Then, with 5 minutes left in the game, Montreal's Marco Di Vaio goes down in the box. You see how Toronto right back Warren Creval realizes he's beat, and so he goes for the man and pushes him aside. I say PK, but Villarreal didn't call that either. The last piece of controversy in this game came in the 53rd minute, moments before Luke Moore scored Toronto's second goal, virtually putting the game out of reach. Impact fans feel that the counterattack should have never been allowed in the first place after this foul by Donnell Henry on Marco Di Vaio on the other end of the field. And we end in Portland, where referee Kevin Stott had some big decisions to make in the second half, beginning in the 66th minute. Although it looked like a flop in real time, on the replay you see Khalifa Hassan is actually tripped up by LA's Robbie Rogers with a kick from behind. The Timbers will also feel hard done by the 74th minute Marcelo Sarvas challenge on Danny O'Rourke. A straight-legged, two-footed lunge? I'm thinking that's a red card. Stott gives him a yellow instead. And then 7 minutes from time, a penalty is awarded to LA for this foul by Diego Chara on Juninho. It's a foul, no doubt, but was it inside or outside the penalty area? This is interesting. The front part of Juninho's foot is on the line, which is a part of the penalty area, but it looks like the contact by Chara is happening outside the box, on the back part of the foot. So in my mind, it's a foul outside the box, but we're only able to say for sure because of the freeze frame. It's virtually impossible by just watching the replay. So imagine how tough it was for Stott, who was also screened on the play. That's all we have for this week. For our editor, Albert Lanzillo, I'm Simon Borg. See you next time.